I'm at 1911 Clarion Avenue doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. Looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, anything that could be of concern to the potential buyer. Bellies, stuff like that. So we are going through the rear left stack in the basement. That is the one with the plumbing approval sticker on it, which means this is the main stack coming from the toilet. There's another one in the right hand corner, which is coming off the sink line, I believe, but these will both go over and tie into the same trunk line or the main lateral that leaves the house. The stack is PVC. And I expect the line under the house to probably be clay. That would be normal for this age of house, would be clay all the way out to the main, unless it is being replaced or repaired or something like that. You can see, here's the basement. Base of the stack, it turns in PVC, and then we go directly into clay. Just what I was expecting, like I mentioned. Looks like there's a little bit of buildup there. It just looks like see if I will definitely be able to get past it, but it just looks like mineral buildup. It's pretty big, like maybe this was so it looks like this was all cut up. I'm gonna run some water on that spot though before we leave, because it just looks like basically like this. It's some mineral buildup, or it's where the connection was made years ago, and there's some of that like concrete stuff that came through, and it just built up. The mineral deposits and stuff built up over the years, or it's been like that since it was installed. It does look like the water is probably rising to that level and then having to clear it. And then this wires into the main line. This is as we get into this line, this will be the one that goes all the way out to the main. So right here we have, looks like we have some more intrusion there. That could be a little bit of roots. Hard to tell. A little bit there also. It looks like some roots. It's not uncommon to find some roots in a clay line. There are sections every 3 feet, and so there's a lot of joints, and so it's pretty common to have some roots get in there, and for something that's 100 years old or more. Here is another line, so I was wrong. I must be going into the main line now. It just branched over twice to pick up something, most likely. Definitely some root intrusion and just a little bit, nothing abnormal for a house this age, but it's something that will require future maintenance. Every couple years you may have to have the line cleaned, or they do make a chemical that can be dumped down here, say once a year. It's not it's not extremely expensive or anything. It's just something that would have to be done. It's pretty So it's pretty normal for a house this age to have this kind of stuff. This looks like a buildup of roots. This could have been possibly cleaned already when they redid the line or redid the section, because that looks like some stuff, or it could have just come loose and it was sitting empty. Because we have some more roots here, just a little bit, but there's some hanging down, and some of it is loose. I'd say this is going to need a cleaning before, you know, they take occupancy. We have a bunch of stuff here. So I did make it past that point, but now I have a bunch of stuff on the camera. What I'm going to try to do is keep pushing until we get out to the main, and I should be able to get something. But I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pause the video for a second. I'm going to go up, turn some water on in the kitchen, see if we can get some water flow behind this so we can rinse the camera off. Okay, so we've got the water running. Hoping it gets out there to us pretty quickly. There we go. So there's some spots obviously right there in the middle that we have to pay attention to. The way back between about 50 and 70 feet there. May end up having to make a second pass. Because the camera lens on this is only about a half an inch off the bottom of the pipe. So the smallest bit of water sometimes can cover the lens. There's not a lot of water in here, as you can see, but there's a lot of debris in here for some reason, and it's not making me feel real good about it. Looks like I think we're going to need to, this at the very least is going to need a cleaning and another inspection. Most companies that do jagging have cameras, so they would be able to camera it afterwards, take a better look at it. There's a lot of debris in this line, and it kind of seems like it's mud, which could indicate a break in the pipe somewhere. Yeah, you can see a bunch of stuff up on the sides. on city property so often. Property goes in repair made. Now we are back in the clay, so hopefully I can get all the way out to the main, shut the water off, hopefully it drains down and we can get a better look. See here, it looks like a turn down going into the, dropping down into the main here. You can see the degree of the bottom left-hand corner. It shows it's a 30-degree angle dropping down, going down into the main here, and above. Yeah. So there we are, staring into the sewer main. So what we'll do is try to get this cleaned off here. We'll see, hopefully we can see a little better on the way back. Okay, so I'm going to go turn this water off, and we'll hopefully be able to see a little better. Either way, this is going to need to be cleaned. There's a lot of debris. So remnants of some root intrusion. And so it's going to have to be cleaned and re-inspected to make sure that none of this is caused by a broken pipe or something without being able to get visual. So I'm going to pause and go turn off the water. Okay. So we did turn off the water. And there's still some goo on the front of this thing here. What I'm going to do is try to get that. There we go. Let's just hope it doesn't come over the top. And so out there, probably for the first 20 feet or so, maybe 25, it is the MSD's property. So, looks like they've replaced a lot of the clay here. And put SDR. It's a version of PVC. But we do have sections of clay, see here. And that could be where the buildup of some of the mud and stuff is that I saw. It could have been from the repairs. It seems to me, based off the records, that this place could have sat empty for quite a while. It was bought for pretty low dollar amount at one point, and flipped and redone. But in any case, you would need to. You want to make sure that the pipe has been cleaned and re-inspected to make sure there's no structural stuff hidden underneath some of these spots of roots. And you can see there's bellies here. And if I keep moving, I might be able to see above that. But you can see the trail of debris that I'm dragging through here. Could be construction debris, and there could be more damage to the pipe. It's just not, can't tell if you can't see it. Basically, I can see a lot of the top of this here. Most of this looks structurally sound. And like I said, you do have some root intrusion and some mineral deposits from the groundwater and/or, see, this is the kind of stuff that would need to be cleaned. It's like I poked a hole in it, but there are definitely a lot of roots there. You just want to make sure that that's not hiding, more problems. That one looks like the pipe has dropped just a hair. Doesn't look like it's affecting flow at this point, but looks like I can see a lot better on the way back. But again, what I did is I poked a hole in the roots, and I've allowed, ooh, now that looks like there could be a crack, some missing pipe there. It's about 68, 69 feet. I'm afraid to push too far forward because I don't want to get stuff on the front of this camera already. It looks like it could be an optical illusion, but hard to see. Could just be some roots, but it looked like the edge of the pipe, like there was a small hole there. But that could be inside the... It looks like we have a connection coming in from the top left here. Which, based off the footage, it could be the downspouts. And so it looks like a lot of this is built up is from the roots. There's another one there. That looks like there's some stuff hanging from the... And that would be at about 60 feet. We have about 60 and 70 feet there. Again, you can see most of this, and it does look pretty good structurally, but we have some spots like this. That looks like a piece of clay pipe laying there. Right there in the bottom left. But it could be grease. It's not really moving. We'll see if we can break it up. It could just be grease buildup. So it looks pretty white. I have got it moving. So it may just be grease buildup from it sitting here for so long empty. I mean, I think that this just needs a cleaning. It seems like, not everything structurally looks pretty good, it seems. You may find there may be a spot or two that was out there that, like I said, the one was really hard to get a great visual on. But once all the water has stopped flowing, it seems like we've flushed out a lot of the stuff in the bottom. But as you can see, all those spots with roots definitely needed to be cleaned out. And then here, there's a spot that I'm not sure why this is that way, because I'm already coming out, and somehow the reel, the footage counter is off by about 20 feet here. So I have to make note of that. The footage counter is based off the rotation of the reel of the drum. It's not really the camera. So the footage is about 20 feet off. But after running some water through it and having everything turned off, it does seem to me that really the only issue as of right now is that root intrusion that needs to be taken care of. It seemed like the more we ran some water, the better it flushed that stuff out. So I'm going to recommend that this get cleaned and re-inspected, that they do a pretty thorough jetting. I also recommend that they, if possible, come through the rear left stack if you're facing the house, the one that I went through, the one with the plumbing approval sticker on it, so that they can come in at the base of this and try to get that ledge of mineral deposits, is what it looked like. It's pretty hard to try to get rid of that, so that there's no possibility that that could create a little dam like what it's doing, and catch toilet paper and stuff like that, because this is the stack that has the toilets running from it. But so I'm going to recommend a cleaning and a re-inspection. Once that is done, to get rid of the roots. And like I said, when I poked a hole through them, it did drain down a lot better. So on the way back, we could see obviously a lot better. And structurally, it looked like there wasn't really any big bellies or offsets, or there was that spot that could have been a broken piece, but it didn't, I can't, it's not definitive. It could have just been a dark spot on the pipe. So, yep, a cleaning and a re-inspection will take care of it. And then you should be able to tell if there is any issues behind those roots. If not, you'll just have to do, some sort of preventative maintenance there once every few years, just to try to keep the roots at bay, either by chemical or by actual cleaning from a plumber. So that will end the inspection at 1911 Clarion Avenue.